Welcome in to the Brothers Parlay Week 9 Halloween edition. How's everybody doing tonight? Happy Halloween, boys.
Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween. That intro was electric.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
Hell yeah. Yeah, I wanted to put, I'm not even a big Halloween guy, and I actually want to get into that too. Some reason I just felt like going all out for the pod for Halloween because for some reason people really like it, and I figured why not try and capitalize on that and kind of milk it for all it's worth. But so we had some good news this past weekend. We got 4 touchdowns. Unfortunately, it wasn't 4 legs of the parlay. 2 legs hit. Each of those legs hit 2. So still no wins on the year. Liam still just charging ahead. Unreal run that he's on right now.
Absolutely locked in. Dialed.
Yeah.
I wish I took my own picks. I've just been playing them in the parlay.
Yeah. How are you getting, what's your method? What do you just kind of got a good feeling? Is it, I know you're putting some thought into it and research, but like, what's your method behind all this?
Yeah. I don't even know that there's a ton of research. I look to see how many touchdowns that the guys had, but kind of just look at the board and, all the, I guess the research is done on Sunday watching the games. But yeah, I don't know. It's just a weird feeling.
I mean, hopefully we can kind of steal some of that from you and, kind of work as a team on it because we got to get a win. But do you
guys watch football?
Too much.
You'd think it would make it easier, but
you guys been watching the games?
Yeah.
Oh,
that's what we need to do. We need to start watching the games.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, I'm watching this game right now, but so I'll be good next time the Ravens and Dolphins play. I'll be locked in on them.
Yeah.
Before we get into the picks, I do want to kind of go over a couple of things. Obviously, I've been awful at this, is why we don't have a huge following yet, because I think that we're doing a really good job besides the picks. I think we're entertaining. Like, subscribe, follow. We need people to kind of like, subscribe, follow, share with your friends, all your degenerates that, want to listen to a couple of idiots talk about football. And you don't even need to like what we have to say. You could hate listen. You could not like what we have to say and let us know what you feel about it. Tell us why we're wrong. Tell us we're never going to make a parlay. We're never going to hit it. Any engagement is good engagement. So I would actually welcome some criticism.
I'd love a troll in the comments.
Oh yeah, we need it.
Go.
We need it bad. And then if you haven't listened yet, I had a very good conversation with comedian Danny Johnson yesterday. The episode went live this morning. Very interesting hearing. He's a clean comic, which don't kind of scoff at that. Clean comedy is still comedy, still makes people laugh. It was very interesting listening to his insights on how he goes about his methods and just kind of got into the world of comedy. So if you're a fan of comedy, go give that a listen and go check out Danny's special, Everything Bothers Me, on YouTube. Very funny. I recommend it for sure.
Yeah. It's a good listen. I listened to it earlier today when I was doing some yard work. He's a funny guy. I hadn't heard of him before the pod, but he's a really funny guy. And his special stuff on my list now.
Yeah, it's interesting. Like, obviously, comedy, there's so many different levels to it. I mean, he's successful enough that is what he does. He's a full-time comic. You don't necessarily have to be Shane Gillis or Nate Bargatze to be considered a comic. He's doing it. He's out there living that life. I don't know if you noticed when you listened that you kind of got a sneaky shout out in there, Barrett.
I wasn't sure if you were talking about me or not. Yeah,
I was curious what you were talking about.
Yeah. That was going to be my test if you listened or not, if you acknowledge that, but I kind of just gave it away. So,
yeah.
But yeah.
Well, you were saying that and I was like, I don't think anybody else went. Like, he must be talking about me. Yeah. I did feel like a little bit of latent guilt when he was talking about growing up as the oldest. And I was like, I feel like Seamus wants to go in on this. But
well, I did grow up as the oldest.
You
so
did
that's
grow
still,
up as the oldest, right? Yeah.
Just didn't, I blew a 30-year lead on being the oldest. But yeah, those are really the two kind of housekeeping things I had. So we can get right into the picks. I think we should start with the hot hand if he's locked in and ready to go.
Yeah.
Let's say it's not me.
let's get this thing fired up. So I think I'm going to be taking a player in what I'm calling the game of the week. This is Bills Chiefs. Think it's going to be a fun one. Want to be locked in on that. So I'm going Kareem Hunt to get in the end zone.
Love it.
I like it.
2 last week, so keep the ball rolling. No Pacheco this week. Should get more opportunities for sure.
I honestly don't need to hear any explanation from you the way you're picking these games. You could walk up to the mic and just say a name and then just log off and be like, all right, I guess that's who we're going with.
He must have been sitting in the strategy this week. He knows they're going to feed him.
Yeah. Hopefully we'll see. I don't know. I did like the tight end picks last week. And obviously, Mark Andrews tonight's having a game, but I think this is good. I think this is the first running back pick I've made. So
yeah, I think it is as well.
We'll see.
Speaking of the tight ends, we were right there we had the methodology, and I think we kind of talked ourselves out of going all tight ends, and I think that probably would have been the play.
Yeah, I gave 3 picks, 3 tight ends, and the one that I didn't put in the parlay was the only one that didn't score.
Yeah, I mean, Tyler Warren was always going to be in that parlay, though, so it's hard to
that's true.
Say. But, I mean, I guess maybe he wasn't. I know you like Tucker Kraft a lot, Aiden, but he was the night game.
Kraft and Kittle, but hey, is what it is. But I'll go next. I'm going to go with DK Metcalf, plus 140 against the Colts. He scored last week. Rodgers just feeds them, especially when they're in that red zone. Whether it's a slant or a fade, he's going to get the target in the red zone, and his hands are incredible. So I like DK getting in the end zone again this week.
DK Metcalf on the board, plus 140.
He's just a beast. He just makes some of these players look so small. Like just watching him out there, it's like crazy.
We were talking about like the difference between wide receivers and tight ends last week about how tight ends are just kind of bigger wide receivers, and I feel like DK Metcalf is the point against that. It's like, no, you can be enormous and still be technically a wide receiver, but yeah, he's an absolute monster.
That play from a couple years, every time I think of DK Metcalf, there's obviously the picture that went viral, like when he was at Ole Miss, and then the play again when Budda Baker made that, he was going for the pick six, and he just chases him down. It's just unreal that somebody could be that big, that strong, and then still that fast. It's honestly crazy that he's not more of a force in the league.
Yeah.
Doesn't he have like a crazy diet too?
He loves candy.
Big candy guy, yeah.
Like he'll just eat like a bag of Skittles, like is the only thing he'll eat all day, right? Something like that.
Yeah.
Jeez. Imagine if he took care of himself.
Yeah, I think he just he drinks coffee in the morning and then he just pounds Skittles the rest of the day. Like that's what he does. It's insane. It works somehow, but
geez. That's wild. I didn't know that. I can go next. I'm going Devontae Adams. So I'm not sure if I've picked a wide receiver in a while, but I've been kind of trying to roll in the running backs, but I gotta switch it up, right? I gotta go to work with the hard hat here. And Devontae Adams, I think, is just under like maybe 115, negative 115, minus 115. But they're going against the New Orleans Saints this week. Rams are, and I just feel like that's going to be a high scoring game. So Devontae Adams, my pick.
I like it. I mean, the Rams are quietly one of the best teams in the league, and I feel like they Stafford and Adams already have that connection, and I like it. Yeah. All right, I'll go. We're a big kind of fan of this guy. I feel like his name's always kicked around, and we just kind of see him as a very reliable receiver. I said last week I was surprised that nobody picked him against the Cowboys, and I guess it's good that they didn't because I'm pretty sure he didn't get in. I know he had a couple drops, like on one drive specifically. He had a couple drops hit him in the chest that could have been touchdowns. I'm talking about Cortland Sutton, I think he gets in this week, and I absolutely love his value of plus 200. I think that he's going to be hungry. His hands are too good. He's too reliable for Bo Nix for him to not get in the end zone this weekend. Plus 200, Cortland Sutton.
Love it.
Love it.
That's
Yeah,
wild value too.
He had a touchdown call back. I forget what the call was, but and then the next play, he had the drop like right off the chest.
Yeah. So to sum up, we have Liam taking Kareem Hunt at plus 115, Aiden taking DK Metcalf plus 140, Devontae Adams minus 115, and then I got Cortland Sutton at plus 200, adds up to plus 2794. So we're moving back into those high numbers again. Figured if we're not going to make them, we might as well swing for the fences and try and catch lightning in a bottle and make some money. What are our thoughts on the value and overall as a whole, the 4 picks?
I mean, I think that plus 200 for Sutton really helps that a lot, and I think that's good value for someone that's targeted in the red zone pretty consistently. Yeah, I like it.
I hate it. Every week we like them. We don't want to like them.
Yeah,
I feel awful about
it could be
this one.
it could be better. Yeah,
Yeah.
it could be.
Yeah.
It could.
We should have gone all quarterbacks. Like, isn't it National Quarterback Day on Sunday?
Yeah.
Just all quarterbacks. Yeah.
So, all right, plus 2794. Lock it in. I'll be checking my DraftKings app to see if Jeremy from Roxbury has placed the bet yet. He's pretty quick on it.
Are we live?
We are live. We are live on my Facebook, the Winded YouTube, the Winded Instagram, and my Twitter. Looks like we have 4 viewers right now. On 2 on Twitter and 2 on Facebook.
What's up?
We have a new one on Instagram. Shout out to a couple people who have joined and already dropped off on Instagram that I can see. Shout out to D Reed and to Peter Cogswell. A couple of Mashpee boys checking in.
Represent.
Always good to see those names.
Checking out the fits. Trying to pull together a last minute costume before tomorrow.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I think maybe Pete will be a fireman. Mix it up. Yeah. Pete, always faithful. Yeah, Pete is probably one of the most loyal Brothers Parlay. He goes back to the old school days of just the Instagram stories. So we got to get that guy making some money again, because I'm pretty sure he bought a house after all of our wins last year. So he's got a house to pay for. So we gotta get some wins this week.
Roll into Goosey in a new truck last year. What was it?
Yeah, he. I mean, those Mashpee PD, I'm sure they pay pretty well. So, but we gotta give him that extra cash on the side for the mortgage.
Gotta get that bridge construction overtime.
Yes, sir. So I kind of mentioned it in our pre-show talk. You boys have a pretty good football team and haven't really talked about it much on here. So I wanted to give you guys the opportunity to kind of talk about those New England Patriots, the 6-2 New England Patriots. Drake May, a rising star in the league. Mike Vrabel, who pretty sure all of you picked to be coach of the year. I think when I looked back at the preseason picks that we made, that's the one that is looking the best. How do you guys feel about your New England Patriots?
Are you saying that you don't think that Joe Burrow as offensive player of the year isn't going to pan out? Is that what you're saying? I mean,
I think it was him MVP, Jamar Chase, offensive player of the year.
I think that's what did I have it for MVP?
Yeah.
And then Dak, Jamar, that's Dak. Yeah. Are you saying that's not going to pan out?
That's I mean, we're halfway, so who knows what the rest of the season is going to hold.
Right. Yeah.
I don't think Donovan Ezaraku is going to win Defensive Rookie of the Year. Although he's having a good year, but he's just not, wowing everybody like I thought he would.
Yeah.
But yeah, Patriots, I mean, I don't know how you can't love what you're watching as a Patriots fan. I mean, Drake May, he might be the MVP favorite at this point. Yeah, every game there's a play he makes where it's just like, wow, this guy is way better than expected. And I don't know if there's anyone in the league that's throwing a better deep ball than him right now. every ball that's over 40 yards or 30 yards, it's just right on the money, and
Dime.
only his receiver can make the catch. It's incredible to watch.
And a lot of time he's moving while he's throwing them too, right? Like, which maybe isn't a great sign sometimes, but like he's chucking the ball 60 yards in the air, like running, right? Which is good. Yeah, I agree with all that. Like I'm loving what I've been able to see so far. Like I mean, granted, I think there's maybe 1 or 2 statement wins buried in those 6, right? Like they're beating the teams they should. At this point, and I think they'll continue to beat the teams they should for the remainder of the season. But if you had told me at the beginning of the season we're going to be 6-2 and Drake May is going to look like this, I would have been like, "What are you like?" Yeah, I'll take it, absolutely. Like we were talking about the 8.5 wins being a good value in the first. Like that's they're going to get that before they play 11 games.
Yeah, DraftKings should pay that out early.
Yeah, like they just pay it. Yeah, exactly. What's the cash out on that right now? So yeah, I'm super happy with what with what I've seen so far. I'm, tempering my expectations because of the schedule a little bit, right? But like they look really, really good. So yeah, I'm a really happy fan right now. 8 games in, right? For sure.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like the schedule is definitely going to help them. It could get them into a great spot. And I mean, having a top 5 quarterback in the league, anything can happen in the playoffs. So
yeah,
exciting times. I think what's funny is like I feel like we're like 2 years ahead of schedule with like how they're playing like right now, which is awesome. Trade deadline next Tuesday. Be interesting to see if they do anything.
That's what I was going to bring up. They cleared some space this past week, and I've been seeing the rumors flying around where I'm seeing pictures of Max Crosby, and then I'm seeing Garrett
Hendrickson.
Myles Garrett is the one that I would.
I mean, those both are probably never going to happen, but
no, I know. I just like a stud on defense like that. Like what Vrabel could do with him would be like that'd be awesome.
I'm confused. I still don't understand why they're being rumored to be shopping for a veteran running back. It's like, what? Give Henderson a shot, before you just kind of. And if I saw Chuba Hubbard's name going out there, I was like, we don't need that.
I don't think that's what we need. I mean, you just talked about the deep ball, right? So maybe there's they're trying to think about taking some pressure off of Drake May, but like, I think this is a passing offense at this point with some run when they need it.
Unless it's Derrick Henry, I don't want a running back getting brought in.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think the Ravens are about to go on a run. And I don't think that I think they look at they have a pretty easy schedule the rest of the way. And I don't think that Derrick Henry will be available, although he would fit perfect for the Patriots.
I think if Lamar was hurt for another few weeks, they might have been trying to deal. But with Lamar, let's say, comes back, he's back tonight, but, assuming they win this game up, early now, I don't think they deal Henry at this point in the season.
They're still the favorite to win the North.
Division is awful.
They still have their whole division slate ahead of them. So if they
Steelers
do well
terrible.
in that,
they beat the Pats.
They have 2 against the Steelers, 2 against the Bengals, and then they play the Browns again. So they could, if they go 5-0 or even 4-1 of those, they're right back in that division.
Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Aiden, when I say it's awful, I mean they're 2-5 and they're 2 games out of first place.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? like, and granted they've already had their bye week, I think, but so they got a game in hand. Like that's if 2-5 halfway through the season, you'd think, or let's say 2-6, like Dolphins are out of it. Dolphins are 2-6 in our division. They're out of it. Like they're not sniffing at anything. The fact that the Ravens still have a shot is good for them. I get right, but yeah.
When is Joe Burrow going to be back? Is that in December or?
I don't think they've given a timeline.
I think they said it was 3 months.
I know. I mean, I think playoffs are in contention if they even make the playoffs. But yeah,
I never realized how serious turf toe is, and I guess it's like one of the most painful injuries you can get.
They gotta give it a better name.
Yeah, I don't think that you took the words out of my mouth, Aiden, around. I think it's a pain management thing as opposed to like you're going to re-injure it kind of thing. Like I think it's more about how much it hurts to do any type of football moves as opposed to whether or not you're going to like.
And I think just the healing of it, because I mean, every step you take, it hurts. It hurts, and it's just not helping. Yeah. So
yeah.
But I always thought turf toe, I'm like, oh, they stubbed their toe, something like that. But it's pretty gross if you actually look at what happens with it.
I've always said they need to give it a better name because it just all you think of is just like, yeah, it's stubbed toe is what you would think, and it just it just sounds like the biggest wuss injury, and it's from what I've heard too, it's just one of the most painful things that you just can't get over.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll go on my team. It's week to week, up and down. I still believe that there's enough talent there. They just do play in the NFC, which is, I mean, all of the best teams I think are in the NFC. Obviously, I think the Chiefs are probably the favorites right now, but 2 through 6 are probably all NFC teams. So playing those guys doesn't help. But big game Monday night. I think if they could, I don't know. It's just so tough because you don't know what team's going to show up. That offense is unreal, but then they didn't do anything against Denver. I know Denver's defense is good,
but yeah,
I don't know if they're great. I think they're inconsistent. They can be great. They didn't have Surtain, so there really is no excuse. They had a white cornerback covering CeeDee Lamb who just gets pass interference on every single play. But I still think that the Cowboys have a shot. I'm curious to see if they do anything at the deadline because they have all those draft picks that they got from the Micah Parsons trade. If they turn around and turn that into Trey Hendrickson or I don't think I think Max Crosby said he doesn't want to go anywhere. So I don't think they can force him out. But yeah, not enough content to talk about the Cowboys, but very up and down season.
They're impossible to pick in a pick 'em. Like it's every week I'm like, oh, Cowboys should easily cover that, or the Cowboys are going to get smoked, and I feel like I'm on the opposite end every time.
It's brutal, and then I get hate texts when people bet on them like it's my fault, and it's like I rarely don't even bet on them because I know enough about how inconsistent they can be. Player props, they're going to get theirs for the most part, but
you think, and then Ferguson puts up 0
on tight ends day.
I feel like the one thing that is consistent about them is that they are in, whether it's against them or for them, they're in high scoring games this year. Like I feel like we've seen 40 points for a team, whether it's them or their opposition, like every single game, right? Like, and so I look at that and I go, you need a defense. Like it's great that you can hang 44, but if you get 44 hung on you, it doesn't. You need to be able to stop teams, right? Like not that Denver doesn't have nobody on defense, but 44 is wild from anybody. I don't know. You need a defense, and I don't think they have that. And I think that's where at least from my perspective, obviously I don't watch any of their games or I watch them consistently enough, but if I just look at like stat lines and what we're seeing, like, I just feel like they're not consistent enough on the defensive side, and the offense is going to put up 25 to 30 or more every week. The defense could let in 35, so yeah.
Yeah, moving off of football for a sec, there is one kind of itch that I wanted to scratch, and that is it had just happened last Thursday, so we didn't really talk about it last week, but I did want to bring it up. This NBA gambling thing is insane on so many levels. One thought that I kind of came across my mind is people are like, oh, wait till the movie comes out or wait till the Netflix thing comes out about it. and it's crazy that that's the world we live in, is that people, whenever something happens in current times, people, all they're thinking about is how it's like going to be a Netflix documentary and how it's going to be a movie or a show. But beyond that, I am like furious about this because I think that the consequences that stem from this are going to kind of ruin what we do as, sports consumers, never mind this podcast or just gamblers or anything. I think there's a real chance that the parlay type picks that we make, we're not going to be able to make those at some point. Cause I think that this is going to go so deep and they're going to, whether it's they take all player props off the board or they limit them or they change what is available. I think what we see on DraftKings right now, I would not be surprised if eventually though is completely different.
But go ahead, Barry.
I was just going to say, do you think it's possible for those player props to be as exploited as they are in other sports? Like, I feel like the NBA is just like, you look at like betting an individual player for blocks. All that player has to do is make 2 blocks and then like stop blocking shots, whereas, and they could still win the game. Right. Or, but if they know their line is over under 3.5 blocks, like they could get 3 blocks and then just miss the ball once in the fourth quarter and no one's going to say anything. I don't feel like sport lend themselves to that as much.
No, basketball definitely has kind of an interesting kind of setup where it is more, it's easier for, to miss a shot or to throw a pass out of bounds or something like that.
Right.
But the thing is that the people that would be making the decisions on this aren't like necessarily rational sports fans that are going to look at it and be like, oh, well, it's much harder for a hockey player to throw a prop, so we'll leave that in. I think they're just going to look at it as like, it can be done in this sport. It can be done in all sports.
Fair.
I mean, before this even happened, Massachusetts, I think in April, already introduced a bill to ban player props in Massachusetts on sports books. So like before this even came out, and maybe they had caught wind of this and knew that something like this was coming down the pike. But the states and the government and everything, they're going to see this and they're going to shut it down. And that's my biggest fear out of this, over what, millionaires like making stupid 6-figure bets that they don't need to make because of what, I'm just really worried that something like this is going to blow up the whole gambling dynamic. And, I like what it is. I'm in control. I don't have like a problem or anything. I just enjoy the casual nature of gambling. And I don't want to see it go away because stupid millionaires are bored with their lives and they want to, live a little bit.
Sorry, why? What are the millionaires? What's the issue with them?
Like the players, like Terry Rozier, Chauncey Billups, or like any other players that are like named in this that, are putting the integrity of sports at risk.
Okay, I thought you were talking about just gambling. You're talking about the people who are throwing games.
Yeah, the people who,
the athletes.
Yeah.
The athletes are doing this not because they need the money, but because they need a little excitement or something, presumably.
I think they're
helping
trouble. Their friends.
Yeah.
Or helping
Like it's like for their family or something. That's what they're telling people, right? But
I think so, yeah. But it's just, the biggest thing that the integrity of sports is everything, and people watch because the outcome isn't determined, and that's what's special about it. And once that goes away, it's no different than WWE. When you can't trust that the outcome is on the level, what's the point?
Yeah. What I don't understand is the connection between Chauncey Billups and Terry Rozier. I don't think there is one.
No, not direct. I don't think.
Right. So. And Chauncey doesn't seem to have anything to do with sports betting or.
No, but I think that, like I said, the people that are going to be making any sort of decisions on this aren't rational sports thinkers, and they're going to look at it from a different point of view of like, oh, this is bad, we need to just shut this down, versus like, oh, this is a one-off thing, for all we know, it's a bigger problem than, there isn't the evidence to bring in more people. It's just something I'm, watching closely because I think changes will be coming at some point about gambling.
Just cancel the NBA.
That's really kind of the root of all this. Is the NBA is causing all this problems, so just take them off DraftKings. I could care less. I wouldn't miss a thing. I wouldn't change anything in my day-to-day. The NBA is suspended from sports books.
Good
Yeah,
first step.
I haven't seen a second of basketball this year, so.
I was at the Celtics last night, but
Oh yeah, you were there. You said you were there, right?
My at the
Celtics
time
money line.
6-year-old daughter had to tell me that the Celtics were in the finals because her friend at school was a Celtics fan. She goes, "Did you know that they're in the they're?" And she named a player on the so and so is in the finals, and I'm like, "How do you know that? How do you even know who he is?" And she was like, "Oh, so and so at school is a fan." I'm like, "Oh, great!" Like NBA and baseball don't fall into my circle.
Oh well, you're missing out on the baseball.
Yeah.
I know that the World Series has been really great, but actually, shout out Danny Johnson for his issue with baseball is my issue with baseball.
Yes.
The issue that you can go out, the fact that the LA Dodgers can spend $400 million a year, or whatever the hell they're spending on their team, and the Oakland A's are spending a tenth of that. They
don't even have a stadium.
And they're somehow in the same league competing for the same prizes. Is
get your money up.
That's probably going to change, right?
I don't think.
And I know that I know you could say oh well, soccer's the same, but there is a method, there is and I don't want to get into the fair play stuff of but you have to show that you are a solvent organization and you aren't just buying championships. Basically, baseball doesn't have that. Baseball's spend as much as you want and we'll charge you a luxury tax, and that for me is I'm out.
I'd be fine.
Directly correlate. I mean, obviously, right now, I think there's 2 top 5 payrolls in the World Series. But if you look at the top 8, I think 4 of the top 8 payrolls in the league didn't even make the playoffs. So it's not directly by the players you're going to win a championship.
Yeah,
it just happens.
When was the last time a bottom half team won the World Series? I know it's happened, but how often does it happen? And that's
probably when Texas.
Yeah,
it was probably at least middle. They're not a top, but that was a weird World Series.
What, 2 years ago? They didn't win, but
who's that?
The Diamondbacks. Their payroll was probably really low. I know the Rays. The Rays have always had good teams that have made runs, but yeah, I mean, it is. I mean, as a Red Sox fan, we should be buying championships because it's clearly can be done, but our ownership just doesn't seem to care anymore because they care about Liverpool a little bit more. But beside the point, but I don't think there's ever going to be a cap in the MLB.
I don't even want a cap. I would be happy with a floor that needs to be met. That's the problem, is that there's all this money in the game through TV deals and the revenue sharing where the LA Dodgers sell a hat and then the Kansas City Royals get a piece of that because there's all this revenue sharing. So there's no incentive for those teams to spend because they get their money either way. Mm-hmm. So I think that they need to be forced to spend. So instead of putting a cap on how much the Dodgers and the Red Sox and the Yankees can spend, I would rather say, hey, you need to get to this point or we're going to charge you for it anyway. So you might as well spend it on players.
Yeah, I agree.
That's an interesting. I'd never thought about that.
Salary floor. Let's get it going.
Yeah. I mean, what would you set that salary floor at, though? I mean, just while we're talking about this, I pulled this up. The Dodgers spend $350 million a year, and the Miami, I don't even know what Marlins,
yeah,
spend $67 million a year. So the middle is like 150-ish, let's say. So you'd have to set that floor somewhere close to the middle.
I'd
And
say
then,
even 100 million. I mean, think of what, and I bet, the 67 million, and I bet they're paying, like, I don't know their roster, but I'm sure they're paying somebody like 30 million, like they're probably
Yeah.
half of it's like, I know the Indians who had a good year this year. It's like Jose
Guardians.
Ramirez or Guardians. Sorry. When he get canceled.
Does that make the teams better, or is that just going to make a lot more overpaid baseball players?
I mean, I could see it going either way, obviously, because, just spending the money doesn't guarantee anything, but I think it would allow for a team like the Rays, or it would force a team like the Rays to keep some of their homegrown talent instead of letting them go to free agency. They're like, instead of ponying up for that extra money, they're like, oh, we'll just let them go and do it again. But if they're forced to spend an extra, whatever, 40, $50 million, maybe they keep a guy and keep him on their team instead of letting him go. It's like, look at the Pirates and Paul Skeens. There's no way he's going to be on that team in a couple of years. He's going to be gone. I'm surprised he wasn't gone this year.
Livy
but if they
in Pittsburgh their whole life. No
yeah.
It is funny though that, I mean, you just look at Game 5, the Blue Jays pitcher Yasevich, or however you pronounce his name. I think he made $57,000 in the major leagues this year, and then he just threw 12 Ks against the Dodgers. So I mean, it is at the end of the day, it's all about having the right guys. I mean, you can pay someone $70 million a year or $56,000 a year, and you just got to have the right guy.
Like, and I know that guy like had the game of his life, but you don't think that there's 50 or 60 guys like that in the MLB that would do that if given the opportunity?
12 Ks against the Dodgers?
12 Ks in the World Series.
In the Game 5? I don't know.
That guy was on people's radars before that. Like, I just think that, there's definitely, like, you got to have, but like, if he's that good, why is he making $57,000 a year or a game?
He's just coming up.
I think there are high school players making $1 million a year who got drafted, right? Like, I think he's, I don't know anything about this guy at all. I'm just saying that, like, you got guys in like the third farm system down making $200,000 a year just because they're in the system. You know what I mean? Like, there's so much money in the baseball system, and like, a lot of it's at the top, right? But I think that guy's probably making that little bit because he hadn't done anything. I mean, and now he'll get paid, right?
Mm-hmm.
I hope.
He'll probably be on the Yankees next year.
Yeah, I guess
making $70 million a year.
Yeah, exactly. Like, so I guess my point is that, like, if I had to pick a team in the World Series right now, as much as it hurts me to pick a team from Toronto, I'm picking Toronto because they're like the underdogs and they spend $250 million a year on their contract. They're the fifth highest spending team. If the underdog is the fifth highest spending, like, that feels weird to me, but
they're the favorites now.
Well, yeah, now.
This is actually a great transition to our other than football picks. If anybody has any, I have a couple. But before I get to that, I do want to shout out a viewer in the chat. Love the shades, from Kylie Sullivan.
Hell yeah, love it. $1.50 at Dollar Tree.
Hell yeah, money well spent.
Big.
Is there
shake and bake? So I have two picks, World Series related, and I'm not gonna pick anybody to sweep because I am aware that both teams have won a game. But I am gonna take the Dodgers -1.5 tomorrow night at +112, and then I'm gonna take the Dodgers to win Game 7 at +200. It's not the plus.
You can bet both right now.
Yeah. I mean, it wouldn't be. I mean, it'd be them to win the World Series. So.
Oh, gotcha.
But yeah, I mean, it's not the +600 that Aiden flagged up for everybody a couple weeks ago. I hope somebody out there took that. I know I did not. Plus 600 is much better than plus 200, but I'm gonna chase and I'm gonna take that because I think the Dodgers come back to win in 7.
Yeah, I agree. I think that they're the better team, and I mean Otani's probably going to do something ridiculous in Game 6. So definitely going 7, and that's going to be electric for sure. I can't wait.
That'll be Saturday.
I feel like so. Game 6 is Friday. Yeah, Saturday. It would be Game 7 Saturday.
Are the next 2 in Toronto?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
6 and 7 are in Toronto.
Yeah. Change your bet.
The Dodgers kind of sleptwalk through the regular season and didn't get
They weren't
the better
seed. Yeah. What wasn't that? Didn't the All-Star game used to decide that, or is that not? Am
I haven't done that in a while.
They used to,
hitting myself here? Yeah. Trying to make the All-Star game relevant. But anyway,
It worked for a couple of years, or it made it interesting. I mean, after that, the tie that they had and the outrage over that shows how far we've fallen in baseball. People were pissed when they ended the All-Star game in a tie. They're like, there's no ties in baseball. This is ridiculous. And that was their solution, I guess, to fix the whole integrity of it and get people back on their side to make it count for something. But
but like 80% of those players are like halfway through the season mathematically eliminated from the playoffs anyway, like.
Yeah, and they make every team gets a representative, so it's not like truly the best team.
Right. Yeah.
But anybody got any other picks they want to share with the class?
I like an RJ Harvey touchdown this week. I didn't say anything on the pod, but I did call a friend and said I liked RJ Harvey this week.
Before last week.
Yes, on Saturday.
I was gonna say you just said it on the pod.
I was gonna say
we're live.
No, on Saturday. On Saturday, I was.
All right, well, clip this, edit out the vest, the Stone Cold vest, and yeah.
We might have to run and get some Bruins action right now.
3-3, brutal.
Brutal.
Oh, Corpusalo wants something though.
Seamus, we don't have anything else. I kind of want to. What's your beef with Halloween? You kind of teased that up right off the.
Yeah. So I think Halloween is incredibly overrated. We were not a huge Halloween family growing up. And I
what do you mean by that?
I guess to
I went
the level.
trick-or-treating.
Well, we did.
I don't know. Yeah, maybe there were bigger Halloween families, but
I think that's what I'm
Seamus,
talking
I
about.
got to agree. I never you and I never went trick or treating together. Like I got to agree. I really feel
we did not. We did not. Maybe that's what it was. We didn't feel we weren't
35 years in a row. I didn't go trick or treating with you guys. I agree.
I think we grew up in the best trick or treating neighborhood in Mashpee.
I mean,
two of them.
Maybe I have just poor recollection. I don't recall being excited for Halloween. I was talking to Andrea about this last night because she's not huge on Halloween either, which is great. I just think she said it best actually that like Halloween adults are like Disney adults, just like a different kind of breed. And she may be mad at me for saying this on the internet, but yeah, and I agree. I think that it's
hashtag Andrea, hashtag.
I think it's a weird thing to be like super like obsessed with, like that.
You say that as I'm dressed as Ricky Bobby.
Well, you just have that lying around, and we pitched the idea.
No, I agree. I'm hard to believe. I'm not a huge Halloween guy.
I never dress up.
You saying that with a straight face, dressed like that, is the most hypocritical thing I've ever heard in my life.
Oh, let's do a clean take. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of
I
Halloween.
have an event. You gotta have a costume for the spooky classic.
If you're not first, you're last.
Exactly.
That was as canned as the I like it after the parlay. Like, yeah, I agree.
It's true.
Halloween is ridiculous. Get a full jumpsuit. Look, I mean, so I have kids, right? I'm the only one on this podcast that's got kids.
Different story
that I know about, and like I enjoy it for the kids, right? Like I went trick or treating with Emery tonight. Chase will go trick or treating tomorrow. Long story on why they're doing it separately, but like it's like I had fun. Like she walked around like a neighborhood with one of her friends, and they got candy, and then they came home and they sorted out the candy, and we watched The Great Pumpkin. Like as a dad, you look for these like kind of like points in life where you can make memories, and Halloween is one of those, right? Like tomorrow Chase is going to run around the best trick-or-treating neighborhood in our town, and he's going to see a lot of buddies that he doesn't get to see all the time because they don't go all to the same schools, and it's going to be a great fun night. I'm going to stand in someone's driveway and drink a bunch of beers next to a fire, and it's going to be great, right?
Oh yeah.
But like, does that mean that I like when I was in my 20s dressed up every single Halloween and was like went nuts? Like, no, like some years I got more into it than others, right?
Mm-hmm.
Some years Sarah was more into it than others. But yeah, like I don't have such a strong take that I'm like, oh, you're like wildly crazy for wanting to do it. I never fully understood the dressing up like a complete from the females, right? But like I didn't complain about it, but I never really understood it. Yeah, it was more like I just think it's a fun little stop on the way to Thanksgiving, right? Like what else does October have?
Yeah, no, I get all that, and I get the appeal, and especially as a father, I think that's great.
For me right now, it's about the kids, right?
Yeah.
Like that's what it's about. Yeah.
I don't get what, like, there's people out there that Halloween is their favorite holiday. And I guess I just can't get past that when it's like there's Thanksgiving, there's Christmas, there's 4th of July, there's all these other things, and I just can't wrap my head around. And that's just I'm just different, I guess.
Yeah. So I agree with you that if someone says that Halloween is their favorite holiday, I'm like,
yeah.
There's a lot of really good options other than Halloween. So yeah, anyone who really loves Halloween is a little bit off kilter for me. But if you enjoy it and you have fun and you want to dress like Ricky Bobby one night of the year, I think that's great, right? But yeah,
Halloween on a Friday is like top tier Halloween.
Yeah,
a weekend Halloween when I was younger was like a Friday night Halloween is like
But doesn't that take away from the 2 weekends of Halloween? When it falls in the middle of the week, you do the weekend before and the weekend after.
I feel like it just splits it up. At least that's the way I felt like when I was younger. Like half the people would go out on the weekend before, and the other half would go out after. It just would kind of.
Well, when it's a Friday, it's just like
go out on Halloween.
That's what I was gonna say. My question
as a kid.
When
as a kid, yeah.
I'm talking about when the party happens. I'm talking about when the party happens. That's what I thought he was talking.
When did we become where like kids go trick or treating like 6 times in the month? Like there's like you said you went trick or treating tonight.
I was complaining
and
about that.
Then there's like trunk or treats. There's like
do they segregate the girls and boys in New Hampshire on Halloween? That's what Emery went tonight. Chase goes tomorrow.
I don't understand.
No, Emery's away tomorrow night, and they moved Hampton Falls trick or treating from tonight.
For Emery,
moved trick or treating.
So, Hampton Falls has always done it on the 30th because it's such a small town. They need police support from other towns in order to do it, and so they can't get it on Halloween. So, small towns around here, like where we trick or treated tonight, do it the night before, and then larger towns that don't need the police support and can support it on their own do it on actual Halloween. So we've always like Hampton Falls, like it's a tiny town, like 1,800 people. So we have always trick or treated the night before, and then larger towns will trick or treat tomorrow night.
I'm not familiar with police support for Halloween. I thought you just walk around the neighborhood.
Like
They have to be available for.
yeah, because there's like hundreds and hundreds of kids running around in the street, so they need yeah. I'm just telling you what's been told to me. I'm not saying that I think my 6-year-old needs police support, but like in the neighborhood that we went tonight, in a town called Rye, there were two police cruisers, kind of like really, really slowly handing out candy, talking to the families, stuff like that. Same thing will happen in our town tomorrow night.
Interesting.
I don't remember cop cars in the neighborhoods when I grew up, but
Yeah, I remember it was like, all right, we're gonna go walk around this neighborhood and maybe the one right there, and then we'll be back.
yeah. I don't even feel like I remember my parents going with me when I was older, but I also don't. We didn't have to get in a car.
When you were older, I would hope. How old were you going?
I mean, I'm not that tall, so I trick or treated till I was like 14, 15. No, I'm just kidding.
Just toss a mask on, run
Yeah.
around.
I'll trick or treat tonight.
We always went with the pillowcase growing up. You go,
Hell
with
yeah.
the
And
pillowcase,
you bring 2 masks, go back to the same house twice. That's a full-size candy bar house. Go again.
I've developed a sweet tooth in my older years, but I wasn't a huge candy and sweets guy when I was younger. So even the candy part didn't appeal to me. It was more just like the cruise going out. That's fun. But like the whole, like, it could have been doing anything. I just liked the involvement of it, I guess, but not the actual holiday itself. Like I could care less about dressing up or candy or any of that.
Did Mashpee ever have like traditions around like toilet papering trees and egging houses and stuff like that? Did that ever happen? And
That wasn't limited to Halloween. That
You a
was kind
cop?
of a
what?
you
You a cop?
No, some guy in the live chat.
I'm clipping that.
Yeah.
What are you, a cop in the Ricky Bobby costume?
What are you, cop?
I think that's everywhere, right? TPing and I mean, I don't think I
I
ever
was just
threw
asking.
eggs
Yeah,
at
I'm
houses.
looking for a shared experience because that became a real big deal in the town that I grew up in.
We
I don't know that
we were big.
that's tradition.
We were big
Yeah.
eggers. Class of 07, big time eggers.
Yeah.
Egging,
Probably-
I never did that. I
Probably
was
shouldn't be saying eggers because that could be.
more of a
Sounds
ding
a
dong
little-
ditch and like maybe throw like the Whoppers they gave you back at their house or something like that.
The Whopper. Hey, come on! I like Whoppers. The town I grew up in, when I was a little bit younger, but I remember they started IDing kids when they bought toilet paper because they were toilet papering houses so bad. So like they would like literally like check your ID or to make sure you were over the age of 18 and therefore like not like you were like not going to buy it as a high school kid. They treated toilet paper like spray paint, basically.
It's got to be tough now with like the Ring doorbells and all that stuff. Like if
Oh,
someone
yeah.
was out front of my place, I'd just be like, dude, what I see you. My doorbell's screaming at me.
So there's actually, I don't know if I don't remember this as a kid, but there's this concept called boo bags now. So like boo bags, and it's like you run up to someone's house and you like ding dong ditch them, but with a bag of candy. Basically, I'm not sure if this was a thing, but we've only encountered it in the last couple of years, and but we have a camera, like a doorbell camera. So whenever someone boos us, like we're trying to figure out because they run real fast, so it's like a blurred kid. It's like, who is that? Like who could that be? But yeah, I agree. Like today, you couldn't toilet paper someone's house; you'd have the whole thing on video.
Yeah, that kind of just
there's-
unlocked like a memory. I feel like I remember something like that where people would leave something at your house, but I can't remember the full details of it.
I'm trying to remember what it was called, but they did something like that.
I thought it was.
It wasn't a bag of poop.
bag.
It wasn't
Yeah.
a bag of poop, was it?
No,
You're talking about like being
Fire.
flamingoed.
flamingoed was a thing too. Yeah, no, I can't remember. There was some. Yeah, maybe it was boo bags. I have no idea.
It definitely wasn't called that, but it was like, yeah, it was like.
I don't even remember what flamingoed was, but
Did you put like just a flamingo in someone's front yard?
A bunch
Or
of like
It was like a bunch of like the plastic flamingos. I don't remember what the reasoning was for that, but
yeah.
That's awesome. See, I think these are the things that we need to like bring back a little bit more.
Vandalism.
As a what are you, a cop?
Make America
Bring back-
vandalize again.
bring back egging.
Bring back, yeah. No, I don't know, like the boo bag thing in our town, like it's a fun little like social experiment. Like, oh, like they booed us, now we got to go and give stuff back, and I don't know, it's centered around Halloween, but it doesn't really have to be.
I think it was that when you just said boo someone, I feel like that's what we called it. Not boo bags, but
No, I think
like
it was called
booing.
it was called the Phantom. I think that's what it was called. You
Oh,
got hit by the Phantom. At least in our neighborhood, I think that's what they called it. I don't know
But
if
it
that
was
was
a
like
bag- it was a
was
bag
like
of
a-
candy.
I don't know if it was candy, but it was in the same vein of like what you're describing. But
I don't remember
Yeah.
that at all.
You were
we live different childhoods.
different decades. So what I'm talking about happened in the 70s, right? And so
Yeah, I don't see the satisfaction of toilet papering. Now holding an egg and just
ripping it.
there's something about that. The different parts that you could of the house that you hit. The I don't want to incriminate anybody, but the storm drain or the drain on the side of the house, hitting one of those, that's a once in a lifetime shot.
And it's loud.
It is loud.
Yeah.
Yep. I said literally the other day, I'm so glad that Ring cameras didn't exist when I was a kid or when I was younger. 'Cause
Yeah, I feel like it changes everything. How do you sneak out? How does anything?
I mean, Ring cameras and I mean social media. Social media for me like didn't exist. Like,
Well, Andy,
for
parents probably have location tracking on every like their kids' phones now, right? Like,
they see 8 kids just in someone's front yard. They're like, ah.
yeah, social media is bad, and I've weeded out a lot of the bad stuff, but the Facebook memories when those first came out and being reminded of what you said on that day previous years, not good. One came up for me the other day that I think it was like 14 years ago. I said, imagine how much sluttier girls would dress if Halloween was in the summer. Just right on Facebook.
good take.
I mean,
Or good question.
imagine.
Is that an open question? Because I think the answer is a lot.
So yeah, that's a little look into the mind of 22-year-old Seamus, who maybe I did like Halloween. I just don't remember.
Now you're an old married man though, and you're not allowed to like it anymore.
No.
Do you guys give out candy, Seamus? Do you?
I'll be working tomorrow, but I usually do. Yeah, I'd
There's like a good foot traffic.
not really, but I would sit out there
One kid
and
with a bunch.
I'd go out there with a 6-pack and I'd just sit there waiting to be like 5 kids over the course of 2 hours, which is crazy because my neighborhood was like perfect for it. I think there's just not a lot of kids. It's a bunch of like retired older people, and like all the kids are like probably college age.
Yeah, you do have a good walking neighborhood. I'm surprised there's not more kids there.
There's so many houses. I can't imagine like the haul you could get if you hit them all, but they're all close. They're all like 10 feet apart from each other.
Right. Yeah. That's like the neighborhood we go in town is one of the only like development neighborhoods where the houses are like all on top of one another. And so you can hit 50 houses in 15, 20 minutes. Right. Like it's really, it's like one of the only spots in it because otherwise the town is really spread out. So it's good. It's the hood.
I think Liam went to go watch overtime apparently. Oh, there he comes. Little is there bad weather in Beverly?
I was going to ask if anyone else is having bad weather. Yeah, it's like kind of storming out.
I know it is raining here, but I don't know how the
Yeah, like high winds and stuff.
Yeah, it's really bad here too. I can hear it like crashing the wind. And just before I hopped on here, I went and like pushed all the stuff under the porch up against the house because it was all everything was getting soaked, like all our furniture and stuff. Yeah,
Right.
so screw Halloween.
Amen.
Yeah.
I think we can celebrate it in July or June.
Yep. So to sum up, Halloween overrated, and kids need to figure out a creative way to vandalize again.
Yeah, bring back vandalization.
Eggs are too expensive.
That's true. And toilet paper.
Imagine trying to toilet paper a house in the beginning of COVID. It'd be like $1,000 affair. Toilet paper and egging a house would be like $1,000. People be scraping the eggs off the house.
Yeah, inflation totally killed the vandalism game.
Shame.
Brutal. Anything else tonight, boys? We just hit the hour mark. I'm going to try and catch the end of this Bruins game. Hopefully pull it out so my coffee is a little more enjoyable tomorrow.
Is it yet? 40
All right.
shots.
Well, let's sum up the parlay. See if anything changed. All right. Looks like it's still the same, but we got Aiden taking DK Metcalf at plus 140. Barrett taking Devontae Adams minus 115. Liam taking Kareem Hunt plus 115. And I have Cortland Sutton at plus 200, adding up to plus 2794.
Dang.
Aiden, you nodding your head. What's going on?
I hate it.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. Love it.
Yeah, well, I guess we'll see. Hey.
That's what I was nodding at.
Oh. Bruins win.
Did the Bruins win?
Yeah.
Bruins win.
My internet's so bad. I'm so far behind.
Yeah.
There it goes. It's just
Electric podcast.
What time in the period?
I think it was a minute and a half.
Yeah.
I'm at 3:30 right now.
This might get uploaded before you get to the winning goal.
Liam, try to bet it. Try to bet it. It hasn't happened in Beverly yet.
Well, I just had a 3-leg parlay hit. So that's
Let's
pretty
go.
sick.
Go.
Start the weekend.
Put it all in the Brothers Parlay. Let's rock.
Yeah.
8
That
units.
was down bad. Needed that.
All right, boys.
You got it. All right. Well, thank you, everybody who has listened. Please like, subscribe, follow, share with your friends, share with your enemies. I don't care. Just get that link going around. Again, happy Halloween. Thank you for listening. Aiden, what do we say?
Breathe easy.